expect to see sparks flying down in the paint tonight. Greg, a couple of very talented centers matching up head-to-head in this one.
But with the way the game is played today, we could see them battling at the arc. Modern bigs make their presence felt now all over the floor.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. And it's Mr. Clutch. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Levine in at the 3 spot. Here's Mr. Clutch. To the inside. Williams with the block. Up top, Brown. Williams trying to break free. Yes, that goes in. Brown's got 5 now.
Well, Jaylen Brown has quality handles now. Relentless on the attack when he's got the rock in his hands.
Here's Mr. Clutch. He's covered by Brown. And counted. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack and brings the help defensively.
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Well, after their offense stalled in the finals, the Celtics getting some veteran help. Gallinari and Brogdon both bring shooting, and Brogdon's another playmaker on the floor.
Now here's Brown. He's got 5. 5 to shoot. Steps back and shoots. Vucevic with the rebound.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Offensive rebound for 3. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist.
Well, because he's such a good scorer, passing windows open up for Zach LaVine.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to catch up with the Celtics head coach. He said they know the challenge going up against this team that can score so many points in a hurry. He said we cannot try to match these guys basket for basket and get away from our defense. Because if you slack off these shooters even a little bit, then they really go off. We'll see if they can find that balance tonight and even this season series. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Yeah, they're trying to devise a way to contain some big-time weapons.
And guys, it has got to be a collective effort. Really important that they have the trust, and helping one another will be key.
And I think it's going to be hard, obviously, because this is an opponent that can really space you out as well as get to the rim. So you've got to be sound and disciplined.
Here's Mr. Clutch following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Pass to Vucevic. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Mr. Clutch. Vucevic trying to get open. Mr. Clutch's shot is off. And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. They trail by 1. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
Here's Mr. Clutch following the basket by Al Horford. Here's Mr. Clutch. The rebound by Brogdon. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. 1:44 left to play in the first quarter. Outside Tatum. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 3 assists tonight.
There was some question coming out of college. Could Jason Tatum hit the 3 consistently? He has put that to rest.
Mr. Clutch's shot is off.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Brown, good.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And now the first timeout called here for the Bulls.
And Jaylen Brown is such a force on the offensive end. Hard to keep that guy out of the paint. Terrific finisher at the rim. Here we go.
make some noise for Boston's own.
And a new group. The only weakness for Brown is his handle on the ball.
And it's something that he's worked on every offseason. Still, though, susceptible to turnovers while dribbling. That's one of the very few weaknesses in his game.
Most losing teams, Greg, are looking to rebuild, look to the future, but not in Chicago.
Yeah, their idea to turn it around was to get all-stars. Trading for Vooch in 21 during a losing season, then signing DeMar as a free agent. That's a refreshing approach.
The post tandem, it's Horford and Williams. The guard spots filled by Brogdon and Smart. And it's Tatum in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Brogdon against Levine. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on DeRozan.
Well, we are talking about an elite free throw shooter. If you send Malcolm Brogdon to the line, you will pay.
And that 50-40-90 club, man, it is small. And how about Malcolm Brogdon joined it back in 2019?
Well, consider the active players who have done it. It's Malcolm, as you just said, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Steph Curry. I would say that's pretty good company. And if you look all time, the rest on the list are a bunch of Hall of Famers.
Now Horford. After the missed 3 from Mr. Clutch. Tatum's shot is off.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Mr. Clutch. And Bulls will retain possession here. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection. You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And player nicknames are a fun part of covering the game. Now a lot of guys, GA, are just going with their initials, like KD or AD or KG. Do we need more creativity?
I don't know, Kevin. Maybe the league could give guys a cash bonus for picking a nickname. Initials excluded. That might spark some creativity.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Celtics.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
Tatum on the wing. Back to Brogdon. Outside, Smart. They get it back. Horford, good.
Well, that basket to me is all about energy. Al Horford bringing it every night.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA.
Thanks, guys. Now, Marcus Smart is not shy with his philosophy. He says it takes little talent to play defense, but a whole lot of want to. Get every 50-50 ball, take charges, be a great teammate, compete, never be okay with losing. Kevin, he has always walked the walk, too.
He has. Defensive Player of the Year. He's a terrific player. No question about it. David, thank you. Mr. Clutch gets the bucket.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Outside, Horford. Here's Williams, and it's Williams finishing it off.
Al Horford is such a tremendous passer as a big man. Wow, does he get work done offensively.
Chicago calls timeout. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Well, they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
I thought their game plan was really spot on, and we saw that in their scoring more than anything else.
Jaylen Brown's checked in for Boston. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Jones has checked in. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. And Greg, up and down this Celtics roster, so many of their key players were drafted by the Boston Celtics.
And Tatum and Brown at the core, but also credit to their front office. Rare to find a powerhouse built from homegrown talent.
Brown wide open, he fires. Off target from three-point range. Bulls trail by 7. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Ball. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
Now Ball. After Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. You know, Greg, we talk a lot about Ball's offense, but his defense is just as important to this. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Celtics lead by 4. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The Bulls, 38. Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Celtics youth dance team. Fans, please give a big round of applause.
And as we get to this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Mr. Clutch, he's really been playing well.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
Boy, he's been aggressive looking for his shot. Remarkable effort on the offensive end in that first half.
Taking a look at the Bulls, we've got DeRozan. Mr. Clutch out there with Ball, and it's Vucevic, and it's Levine in at the 3. Ball, the pass to Mr. Clutch. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Mr. Clutch has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Bulls. Brogdon outside. Back to Tatum. Back to Brogdon. Just 5 on the clock. Horford tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Outside Levine. Over Tatum. They grab their own miss. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Well, Nikola Vucevic is a capable back-to-the-basket scorer, and he plays with tremendous confidence, guys.
Bulls shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Here's Brown, plenty of space. Levine with the rebound. Levine's got 4 rebounds now tonight. A 3 ball. Mr. Clutch's shot is off.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
DeRozan's shot is good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Celtics trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Vucevic with the block.
Well, the reach, the timing, Vucevic using all of that 7'4" wingspan to turn that shot away.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Brown outside. Back to Brown. They need this. Jump shot is good. Brown's got 12.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half. They're now 1 for 5.
And what makes Chicago tricky to defend, Kevin, they just have such a balanced attack. They can score in the paint from mid-range or hurt you from deep.
I'll tell you.
And so here is Chicago down in the front court along with Tatum. Malcolm Brogdon out there with White. And it's Williams at the 5. That's the Boston 5.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Brogdon the pass to Tatum. Beyond the arc. Here's Williams. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Trying to keep Williams off the board. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leading the defense to scramble.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
And there's a whistle. There goes on Mr. Clutch. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in.
So what's the big emergency? Someone die or something?
Your guess is as good as mine.
So you don't know anything?
Look, it's Othello. He's trying to trade you.
So what does that have to do with me?
You're Freddie's pet project.
What are you thinking?
If he wants to...
You can fight back. Look, if...
And Pete, wait!
What?
We have a date tonight, remember?
Listen,
City
I'm
View.
not in the mood for City View.
So when you can just have a conversation about things, and it helps them too, right? They can bring up points and things they don't like, and we can just talk to them about things and how the game is built, and they understand why some decisions are made, and they help us guide us too. They help guide our decisions of what they think things should be like, and we can change accordingly. So the game is for the community. So we're always trying to just do our best to make the game that they want.
All right, I know the community wants to hear the details about 24, but for both our sakes, we'll just be safe and cut it off here. Mike Wang, thanks so much for joining us here on 2K.
We've got two conference rivals squaring off tonight, Grant. I'm sure both teams have been eagerly looking forward to this one.
Well, we always enjoy these rivalry matchups. I mean, facing a rival you've been battling in the rankings is always rewarding. And as a player, you get fired up and are ready to do whatever it takes to get the win.
So let's take a look at the Chicago Bulls starting lineup. We've got Zach LaVine. DeMar DeRozan is out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then it's Ball, and it's Mr. Clutch in at the 2. Chicago with the ball. Here's DeRozan. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there from Siakam. And an Obi for 3. And the Raptors get it back. Pass to Van Vliet. Over LaVine. Here's Pirtle. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
You can count on Pirtle to play with energy, and this time it pays off with the second chance points.
They get it again. Here's Vucevic. He can't hit that time.
3 straight misses to begin this contest, and already starting to look frustrated.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Lonzo Ball.
Defenders haven't figured out Scotty Barnes yet. That 2021 draft class was stacked with talent. You look at a guy like Scotty Barnes, he went 4th overall, a player any team would love to have.
Fires the 3. No good. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Van Vliet outside. And so they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Second team foul.
First quarter and about a minute and a half in.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far.
Chicago trailing here. On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. DeMar DeRozan is out there with Zach LaVine. Then it's Lonzo Ball. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. And it's Mr. Clutch in at the 2-guard spot. You know what sticks out with Barnes is his versatility on both ends of the court.
Yeah, let's talk about the defensive end. He is
Fred VanVleet has been on display.
At the end of the first half of play, the score, your Raptors, 59. The Bulls, 54.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Oh, we're seeing a tremendous game from Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, he's showing off how skilled he is at attacking the defense and converting at the line.
It's a part of his game that he can always tap into. There's an art to it, and he is painting the canvas tonight.
The forward duo, the athletic pair of Barnes and Siakam. Gary Trent is out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Boucher in at the 5. That's the group for Nick Nurse getting going here in the second half.
OG does a good job of getting ready for catch-and-shoot situations. He knows the value of preparation.
Smitty, what you like about this Bulls offense, they tend to take good shots.
Reason why, BA, they've got veteran scorers who are disciplined.
So, no problem for Toronto as they get the win. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce.
Oh, man.
I told you we'd have a good time.
What do you think I'm doing? Giving half effort? Mila.
Okay.
We might have a throwback battle on our hands, Greg. These two teams take pride in their defense.
No doubt. These are some tough-nosed, gritty, physical defenses, and we're not going to see many easy buckets. Both sides are going to make you work.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Underneath in the post, it's Siakam and Achua. And Van Vliet out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Barnes in at the 3. Mr. Clutch gets the bucket.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Now, here's Achua. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Van Vliet. From 16 feet away, he can lead.
And expect smart plays like that from Van Vliet. He is a clever floor general who knows how to create.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game.
This is why you always have to chase guys off the arc, because everyone has a three-point shot now.
Kevin, what's so impressive to me about LaVine? It's the all-around play. He affects the game across the board.
And Vucevic throws it down.
Showing off those playmaking skills. LaVine keeps his head up and makes the easy play.
Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. Said priority number 1 is to not let these guys get going from the perimeter. Do not let them start getting open threes. It's a recipe for disaster. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the three ball is a big concern for any defense. And LaVine's efficient as well.
And good shooting numbers, no doubt. Last year, he cut back on the turnovers. And, boy, he's still young. There's still tons of upside to be had.
Now here's Barnes. He had 15 points last outing. And again, Toronto, no luck.
Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink 1 of their first 5 shots.
Mr. Clutch gets the bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
So timeout called here, the first for the Raptors.
And for years, it has seemed like Nikola Vucevic has been so underrated. Multi-time All-Star. This is a big man that really does it all.
Fans, make some noise for your Chicago Bulls.
Raptors with the ball. A 12-point game. Barnes kicks to Van Vliet. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And here is Anunoby. And he really did play well against Chicago in that last game. Shot clock at 3. Barnes can't get it to go. And Richard, it seems as though it's easy to take Vucevic for granted.
Yeah, and it's so strange. He consistently puts up great numbers and plays his role to perfection. A big guy that any team would love to have, especially when you consider how efficient he is.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Chicago making a switch here. Drummond's checked in. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Toronto. Trent comes in for Barnes. The Raptors making a switch here. Porter's checked in, and now we've got the intentional foul. Williams, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan.
Third personal foul.
Trent outside. And no good. The try spell continuing for him.
Patrick Williams.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Mr. Clutch has got 15.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the three.
Chicago making some changes. Javonte Green comes in for Zach LaVine, and it's Kobe White in for Ball. And Toronto also making a switch. Chris Boucher's checked in for Pascal Siakam. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bulls? And Fred VanVleet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin VanVleet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load, increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that. That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Raptors trail by 16, and there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. And so we conclude the first half. Bulls out front.
The Bulls 45. The Raptors 30. Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Bulls Youth Dance Team.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that... And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan.
Congratulations, you guys really pulled away thanks to you finding the bucket.
Man, listen, there's a lot of love.